What's going on? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a good day and a good week so far. We have some new news on Indiana football. So, Josh Hoover from TCU has hit the transfer portal. There was a lot of rumblings and kind of speculation on whether Alberto Mendoza is going to be quarterback one in Indiana next year, or if Curt Cignetti is going to go hit the transfer portal and let Mendoza sit for one more year, just one probably. Go find a guy who can come in for one year and do kind of what Fernando Mendoza did. Exactly what Fernando Mendoza did, actually. I think you have a guy right here. That's Josh Hoover. I think Josh Hoover is a very, very, very good quarterback. He's been on a not so great TCU team for a while now. You'll have him for about a year. I think it's similar to what you did with Fernando Mendoza, where he's not fully polished. He's not a fully polished prospect. We've seen what Curt Signetti does with these quarterbacks when they come in. He did with Curtis Rourke. Curtis Rourke wasn't near Fernando Mendoza's level, but I think if you compare Fernando Mendoza and Josh Hoover at or Fernando Mendoza coming out of California and Josh Hoover coming out of TCU, I think they're around the same level at the time. Now, right now, obviously, Fernando Mendoza is levels higher. Very clear. Josh Hoover, he's more of a raw prospect. You've seen every tool that you need to say, I can fix this kid, and I could probably turn him into a first round draft pick. This is a guy who, if he did enter the draft this year, he's probably going to be a late riser. Doesn't seem like he's going pro because he hit the portal. I think Indiana is a team to watch here, and it's actually been reported that Indiana is a team to watch here. That was like speculation before he hit the transfer portal. I had him in the last video, which I greatly appreciate all the Indiana fans for all the support from that video. I've been getting nonstop support from you guys. Um, Loved watching your team this year, and I really hope you guys win it all, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I like Fernando Mendoza. You can't hate the guy. So yeah, really appreciate you guys for tuning into that one and showing a lot of support. So yeah, we're back on this topic. I forget where I left off, so we're just gonna start rambling again. Anyways, I think Josh Hoover is a perfect fit for Curt Signetti. Perfect fit for Curt Signetti. I think Curt Signetti. Someone commented on the last video, and I fully agree. It was Curt Signetti doesn't really chase the flashy names. He don't chase upside, I guess. He chased development. I can't remember how they worded it. But pretty much what I'm saying, Josh Hoover has a high ceiling. You got to find a way to get to a program and get to a really with a coach and an offensive coordinator who can help you hit your ceiling or at least close to it. Indiana is that spot to go do it. We've seen it with Fernando Mendoza. I think Josh Hoover, if you look at Josh Hoover, he has an incredible deep ball. Incredible deep ball. He can use his legs a little bit when needed. He's not really a dual threat quarterback, but if he needs to use his legs, he can do it. Now let's jump into his numbers. 3,472 yards, sixth in the country in passing yards. 29 touchdown passes, sixth in the country in passes. 13 picks. So there are some turnover issues, which you can fix. You can fix that at Indiana. I feel like Indiana is the prime spot to fix that, actually. Um, I don't think he's playing in the bowl game, so you won't see any more of him this season against USC. I don't think. I could be wrong. He might be playing in the bowl game. The kid puts up crazy numbers every game, it seems. Like, yeah, his rushing stats aren't crazy, but if you watch him, you could see that he can escape the pocket and extend plays. I'm not saying he's going to run for 100 yards a game or even 50 yards a game, but he's not a dual threat quarterback by any means. He's got to sit in the pocket and deliver throws, and he could do that. He can do that. He's shown it countless times at TCU. He's just been surrounded by a pretty bad team with not the greatest quarterback developmental coaches. I think Indiana's the perfect fit. I think it's good for both sides. I think Josh Hoover is a guy who can come in and, like I said, you're gonna probably be very well under Curt Cignetti and this offensive coordinator and offense anyway. So I think Hoover is a guy who can come in and take you to another playoff run, maybe even a national championship. Again, he's that good. Like his ceiling is that high in my opinion. Like I said, if he entered the draft this year, he was going to be one of those late risers that you randomly start hearing about closer to the draft. Some teams are interested in him, and I believe if he does transfer to Indiana, he can be a first round pick. I believe he can be a first round pick, and I believe that he could probably be in New York at the Heisman ceremony next year. That's crazy. That's a crazy take. I truly do believe that. I think he has all the tools. I think I think very highly of him. I've told people this for a long time now. I think Josh Hoover is criminally underrated. I think some people may agree. TCU fans may disagree. But this is my opinion based off of what I've seen. I think Josh Hoover is a great quarterback. I think he's a very good fit, and I would love to see Curt Cignetti go after him. Because I think, like I said, I think it's best for both sides. I think he can take you for a playoff run. And I think if you're Josh Hoover, you look at Curt Cignetti and you look at what he just did with Fernando Mendoza. Obviously, it's going to be a hot spot in the portal, so he's probably going to be looking at you. Because one, you're going to get developed. You're probably going to go to the NFL. Your draft stock's going to raise a lot. You're going to be in the playoffs most likely. And you can very much so compete for a national title. That's all you want when you're a quarterback looking for a new home. So that's kind of what I have here. If you did enjoy that, I know I did ramble a lot. If you did somehow enjoy this video, I would greatly appreciate you guys if you consider subscribing or just leave some feedback in the comments. I want to know what you guys think of this. What would you think of Josh Hoover? I know a lot of Indiana fans did also say in my last video they want to see Alberto Mendoza play. I just don't know if Curt Cignetti's going to throw him in quite yet. Yeah, he does have a few years under the offense. I don't think he's quite ready yet. I think Josh Hoover, you bring in a guy who's going to sit there, let Mendoza learn one more year. Mendoza can get it next or year after next. I think you're still trying to compete for a national title. If there's a quarterback on the market that you can take, I think you take him. I think Mendoza's staying. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. That's my opinion. But anyways, I would greatly appreciate if you guys consider subscribing. Lots of Indiana content coming. I love breaking down this team, talking about this team, especially in the transfer portal, because I think Indiana and Curt Cignetti will attack it pretty heavily. So, yeah, stay tuned for those next videos, and hope you guys have a good one. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.